we're ready to go. If you're a returning viewer, listener, subscriber, welcome back, welcome back. If you're new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Voices in Education is a safe space where we share and learn from each other. We do that in a respectful way to ensure that we're maintaining our safe community, our safe space where we feel a sense of belonging, where everyone feels valued. All right, so if you're hearing me loud and clear in the chat there, please let me know. I'm just trying to do my checks here as well. So, again, welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. I believe we're good here. All right. So, on that note, we're just going to go to some music, right? Just to get this conversation going and to get some more, community members over on the channel. So, as you enter, please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and the subscription button. Let us continue to grow stronger together. So, rock and come in, guys. Rock and come in. All right, so again, welcome one, welcome all. Please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and of course, the subscription button, and let us continue to grow stronger together. So, now our question is, who can really vote in the upcoming general elections. And so we want to share some information with you this evening. We share information so that, you can be informed. And, we try our best, to do that and to present a balanced narrative in the context of all that is happening right now, yes, in the political arena. So we try to do that. And we are also open to learning from you as well. All right. So on that note, we kindly ask that you keep it real and respectful. We do not bash anyone. We do not belittle anyone. We don't defame. We don't disrespect anyone. It doesn't matter your views, and that is totally okay. That is why it's not just voice, but voices in education, because we understand that there is so much richness in diversity and we can all learn from each other. So we just ask that you keep it real and respectful so that, we can continue to feel a sense of belonging in this space. All right. So as you enter, I want you to hit that like button, that subscription button, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. I suspect that in a little bit, Ovi will join us. So we look forward to having Ovi here with us. All right. So again, welcome one. And could somebody just comment in the chat? Let me see if the chat is working. All right. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I guess you perhaps would have known by now, and especially if you have your post notification turned on, you would know that the People's National Party, they have decided to reschedule their mass rally in Crossroads. So that rally was scheduled for this Sunday, but as we also know, the JLP, they're planning on having their a mass rally that this Sunday in Halfway Tree, and it is expected that that's where the Prime Minister is going to call the next general election. So first, I want to go to Mr. Golding's update before we get into this evening's, information in the context of who can really vote in the upcoming general election. So I'll have to move a few slides here, but it's okay. We'll just try and get to Mr. Golding's update. I think we're here now, so let's try and get this.
And in particular, the supporters of the People's National Party. This is a message to my fellow Jamaicans, and in particular, the supporters of the People's National Party. As you are aware, we have been having a series of highly successful parish meetings over several weekends. The last in that series is a parish meeting in Kingston and St. Andrew, scheduled from weeks ago for this coming Sunday, 10th August. We applied for and have received the permission of the police for this parish meeting to be held in Crossroads. The Jamaica Labour Party has decided to keep a rally on the same date in Halfway Tree. In the expectation that the JLP rally is to announce the date of the general election, something which we and the people of Jamaica have been calling for, we have decided to hold our meeting on a later date to be announced. We would not want our supporters to be concerned about possible confrontation in this time of intense political fervor, a potential risk that would be heightened with both parties having meetings on the same night relatively close to each other. I call on all Jamaicans to behave in a respectful and orderly manner and avoid any political confrontation so that we can have a clean and peaceful election. May God bless you all, and God bless Jamaica, land we love.
All right, so fantastic. So that's the update there from our opposition leader, Mr. Golding. And I really appreciate, this update and just the party taking the bold step to reschedule their parish their final parish rally, because I know for sure Ovi, and you can, give us a connect with us. Now would be a good time. I know that Ovi has shared that, the likelihood of, or the possibilities, as Mr. Mark Golding shared, just now, in the context of, the tension and the issues that can arise. And so for me, that is a good move, and so I really want to commend the opposition leader for taking that step. And also, I mean, even the opposition, they would want to know what is happening at the JLP, rally. Like, if that's your expectation that the elections are going to be called, you don't want to be having a mass rally and you're trying to get on your phone to figure out, did they really announce it. So at that time, I feel that you should be strategic. So as soon as they say yes, if it is that the prime minister is going to call the elections, then we should have the top, I guess, the hierarchy of the People's National Party in that moment, just strategizing and planning on how they're going to move forward. Because I was wondering, how is it that they're having a final parish rally? And it could be based on what they're doing when the elections are yet to be called. And so, but the most important part of this update, and again, I'm commending the opposition leader on that, is the step in the context of recognizing that, we can't do this anymore, right? And so it is only wise of us to just take this step and not continue with our rally as planned. So that for me is a big step, where you see safety, is trumping everything else. So again, welcome one, welcome all. If you're just tuning in, I am so happy to have you guys here with us. So just shared about, Mr. Golding there rescheduling their final parish meeting, all right, from August 10th. And so we'll keep you posted as soon as the new date is announced in the context of that, parish rally. And then that also begs, the question too, if they were anticipating that the elections would have gone beyond September. So I am not too sure, but just some questions there. So Ovi, I'm not hearing you. So we're now going to move forward. So guys, let us know what you think in the chat in the context of Mr. Golding, rescheduling the PNP's final parish meeting. Let us know in the chat. That would be much appreciated. And as you enter, please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and the subscription button. So let's now just go back to the information that we would like to share with you. And if you're new to this space, right, we normally do our evening, just look at the community poll. And this is the Voices in Education community poll, all right? So this is not an official poll, so you can participate, so you can definitely vote in this poll. And I'm going to try my best. Let me see if I can do it right now. I am going to drop the link in the chat. So if you have not yet voted in our community poll, you can follow the link, all right, and vote in that poll. So the link is in the chat. All right, so right now you're seeing our results on screen. 77% for the JLP, 23% for the PNP, and the question there, who will win? So that's what our community poll is sharing or stating at this time. So now, this is what we really want to share with you in the context of the upcoming general elections. All right. So, are you on the voters list? So, that's a big question. And you can see here, if you're able to, go to ecj.com.jm. So that's the Electoral Commission of Jamaica website. You can check this information. So if you look on the screen to the bottom left, you will see the arrow pointing to check my status. So once you go on this page, you are able to just click on that button there. So check my status. And then this is the page that will come up. All right, so here it asks you to enter your first name, your last name, and your date of birth. So once you enter this information, all right, you will then click or tap if you're using your phone on submit, and then it will populate some information if you're on the voters list. If your name is not there, then it will say that perhaps there's no information available, something like that. But if you're registered and you're on the voters list, the information will come. So it will give you your name, your date of birth, your polling division, that information. So this is something that we want to share with you, so you are able to, if you don't feel like to ask anybody and you just want to go to your polling station and just vote and come back in your yard, then this option is available to you. You can definitely find the information there. And Ramsey, welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here. Let us know the constituency that you're tuned in from, or the constituency that you're aligned with or associated with if you're outside of Jamaica at this moment. So that's that in the context of how you can check if you're on the voters list. All right, so I would love for you to do that. You can try that and see what comes up for you. All right, so the next important question here is regarding transfers. All right, so and this information, all the information that I'm sharing with you, is from the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. All right. So the next information here, or the next question, is usually regarding transfers. And so a transfer of registration gives consideration for persons who have migrated internally, so within the country, if you move from where you used to live, all right, and you desire to vote in the constituency or polling division where you now live. All right, so you have that opportunity, but because of where we are now in the context of timing, if you were to request a transfer, it's really unlikely that you would get that opportunity to vote in that new area. You would have needed to start the process, a few months ago. All right, so that is definitely important for you to know if this is something that you were considering to say, hey, I am now in this community or in this constituency. I want to vote for this person. No, it won't work that way. So, what will happen? You would have to wait perhaps until you could start the process, but it won't come true for this election. So what happens, from my understanding, is that the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, they published a voters list. So the last list was in May, the ending of May, and the next publication will be the ending of November. All right, so they do it twice per year, and so you would have to ensure that if you want to make the voters list, then you do what you need to do, including registration and transfer. All right. The next part here, and here we go, in the context of the timeline for transfers. And so what they're saying is that after you have applied, there is usually a wait time of 3 months. All right. And so before the processing takes place. So imagine once you apply, You have to wait 3 months before they actually start to do anything. And so, what they're saying here is that a team from the electoral office, accompanied by scrutineers representing the political parties, will visit the elector's residence, so where you're living or where you claim to be living, to verify your new address. All right. And they say here, after successful processing, the elector's name will then be published on the voters list in the new polling division. All right. And so that is definitely important. And here they have, it is as follows: June 30th for the list to be published on November 30th of the same year, and December 31st for the list to be published on May 31st of the following year. So if you were to do one now, perhaps you would miss the November 30th. So it means that that change would not appear until next year, May, in that publication. Sislin, welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here. So just some information there. Now, we go to the big question here. All right. And the big question here, who can really vote? So, guys, we do our research and we tell you we're getting closer to the point where we're going to do those constituency predictions, but we're waiting for the elections to be called, all right? And nomination day, then after we'll proceed with those predictions. So what you see here on screen is the total number of person or people in each constituency, right, that can vote if the elections are called. So this publication is the May publication, all right, May 31st, right, publication. And as a result, it means that in Clarendon Central, you're seeing the total there. So over 30,000 there. So 33,321. Clarendon North Central 24,854. So it means that, right, we could not see a total exceeding, all right, this number for each constituency. So that is definitely important. So we're sharing with you guys. You see next Clarendon Northwestern 28701, Clarendon Northern 25357, Clarendon Southeastern 46496, Clarendon Southwestern, so Southwest Clarendon, all right, 3265, Anova Eastern 26533, Anova Western 34819, Kingston Central 23060, Kingston East and Port Royal 27128, Kingston Western 24701. So, all right, so this list is pretty much in alphabetical order. So let's just go to some other constituencies. Manchester Central, all right, we have 42,182. Manchester Northeastern, 31,349. Manchester Northwestern 3283, Manchester Southern 35623, Portland Eastern 39751, Portland Western, this looks like 24493, followed by St. Andrew East Central 32518, St. Andrew East Rural 42782, St. Andrew Eastern 29557, St. Andrew North Central 23523, all right, followed by St. Andrew Northeastern 22098, St. Andrew Northwestern 32301, St. Andrew Southeastern 22593. KJ, welcome, welcome. All right, and let's go over to St. Andrew Southwestern 27055, St. Andrew Southern 25939, St. Andrew West Central 32213, St. Andrew West Rural 41703, St. Andrew Western 39208, St. Anne Northeastern 44637, St. Anne Northwestern 41185, St. Anne Southeastern 32921, St. Anne Southwestern 28425, St. Catherine Central 33527, St. Catherine East Central 31041, St. Catherine Eastern 34746, St. Catherine North Central 33513. So I want you to take note too of some of the larger constituencies based on, people who are eligible to vote. All right, over to St. Catherine Northeastern 24877, St. Catherine Northwestern 37295, St. Catherine South Central 31014, St. Catherine Southeastern 41273, St. Catherine Southwestern 43851, St. Catherine Southern 43810, St. Catherine West Central 32368, St. Elizabeth Northeastern 37138, St. Elizabeth Northwestern 23251, St. Elizabeth Southeastern 33108, St. Elizabeth Southwestern, let's see here, 34346, St. James Central 32520, St. James East Central 34192, and let's go here, St. James Northwestern 31157, and yes, over to you, Sislin, St. James Southern 29865, St. James West Central 31637, St. Mary Central 28806, St. Mary Southeastern 26391, St. Mary Western 4403, St. Thomas Eastern 33611, St. Thomas Western 43087, Trelawney 3831, so that's Trelawney Northern, Trelawney Southern 25339, Westmoreland Central 48270, Westmoreland Eastern 31270, Westmoreland Western 4188. I believe that's the largest based on number 48270. I don't think I have anything coming as I believe that Westmoreland Central then would be the constituency with the most eligible people to vote, right? So let me just see 48. I'm just going to do a check to see, and you can check with me, guys, if you see anything looking like 48. And not seeing so far. Not seeing anything looking like 48. So I think that's the bingo there. That's definitely the bingo there for sure. So when we think about the constituency with the largest number of people eligible to vote, that goes to Westmoreland Central. And so I guess it's no, what would you say? No, it's not by, not necessarily mistake, but I guess you guys can help me find that word. But I was reading where the opposition leader shared that if the PNP should form the next government, right, and they were asking Westmoreland to vote for them, that all the members of parliament there in Westmoreland, they would have a role, a portfolio in the government. I believe we mentioned that Ian Ailes would continue with water and the environment. Dayton Campbell would be in charge of agriculture, and Vaz, so Dwayne Vaz, would be in charge of the road or road network. So something along that line. So Westmoreland is huge in terms of eligibility to vote, but as you know, we use what is called the first past the post system. So it's the winner who takes all. It's not a PR system where you would distribute the votes. So it's a first past the post system. So even if um a party wins by 2 votes, it doesn't matter. The winner takes all. So that person wins the election. So we don't do the PR system here, but the first past the post system. So, but just looking at that constituency, obviously the most eligible people to vote. So on that note, what do these numbers say in the context of who can really vote in Jamaica? So it's pretty much saying, all right, over 2 million people, so 2,777,799 people can vote in the upcoming general elections. Now, a lot of us, there are factors for sure that may prevent people from voting. So it could be that some people who were captured on the voters list, they may no longer be alive. You have people who may be in the diaspora, so people who are, abroad, who may not be able to make the trip to vote. You have some people who are just not going to vote. And guys, if your name is on the voters list and you don't have the voters ID, you can still go there and vote. There's a process. So that is not an excuse not to vote. And remember, I showed you at the beginning there how to check if you are registered and if you're on the voters list. So if you don't have that, national ID, and you check and you recognize that your name is on the list, you can still show up to vote. It's just going to take some more time, all right, to do the processing verification for you to affirm or swear and all those things. But you can definitely go and vote, all right? You can definitely exercise your democratic right, all right? So I am going to put the WhatsApp number in the chat, and we'll take a few short calls, all right, in the context of, what are your views in the context of who can really vote, and what are you anticipating the turnout to be on election day for either party, so for the PNP or the JLP, or in the context of people who you believe perhaps won't show up to vote. So we definitely want to hear from you, and I'm just going to pin that WhatsApp number in the chat. Again, if you're calling, please, we don't disrespect anyone, and it doesn't matter which party. We don't spread information that we can't verify. We don't call people name because we're trying to keep it real and respectful. So we would love to hear from you in the context of your views, or if you just want to give us an update of what is happening in your constituency, that would be fantastic too. We would love to hear from you. So give us a call. The WhatsApp number is pinned, it's at the top of the chat, And also, guys, please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and the subscription button. So, please don't be in the chat and not hit the like button. We're here and we'll be here on Sunday. All right, so we'll be doing our, live conversation just to be here for if and when the Prime Minister should call the general elections. We want to be here live for that. So now is the time to give me a call. Let me know what's happening in your constituency, or let me know if your MP is working, or, your caretaker is doing more than the MP. Talk to us. We want to hear from you, and we want to know too, what are your expectations in the context of the upcoming general elections and people who can really vote. So give me a call. KJ, thanks for liking. On that note too, let me just big up some of our top fans. So KJ sitting there in the number one spot, and all right, and Sislin, thank you so much. So who's going to give me a call? Ovi, we haven't heard from you all evening. So let's see if Ovi is going to connect with us. So this one is not going to be a long one, guys. Welcome, Mats Morgan. Soji, big up yourself. Welcome. All right, so Carlton there in the chat. Welcome. So we want to know your views. Now we know who can really vote in Jamaica. So over 2 million people, all right, can vote. What are your expectations in the context of the turnout for the upcoming general elections, for either side? So would love to hear from you. So give us a quick call. We want to hear from you. Let me just check in here. And if you haven't yet hit the like button, what are you waiting for? As well as the subscription button. Let us just continue to grow stronger together. All right? Hello, Soji, you're live.
Hello, hello.
Yes,
Mhm.
Soji,
Yeah,
Wagwan.
good. Yeah, man. Just get me this up and see show going, and
Let me
just
say,
tune in.
so
You know,
let
say,
so let me
I
wake you up.
think, you know, man, I think it's gonna be about 1.3 million people going to vote, or maybe more.
Mm, that's a huge number.
Yep. I think this election it turned out very big, very,
And why you say
very.
that no? You think it's going to be one of the, well, I don't know. Why you say that? Let me not put words in your mouth.
No, me just feel. No, me just see the people them. These people them now. You see, they start. Like it's not like one side doing it, the two side, and the people then get hype up now
Mm-hmm.
and a rally and arrive. That's how you get people out, because you know the 1980 election. They start the campaign. The whole of from 79, the whole of 79 come down. Them a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
and and because of that, the people they motivate. So and the morning, everybody all who can vote would do love figure vote that time. The same thing going to go now. Now it's not about the party. People going to vote for the leader.
Okay.
The leaders, them people vote for now.
Mm-hmm.
The leader. Then people don't vote for the leader, them now. And the most loved leader going to get a lot of vote.
Okay. So in that context, right, Soji? As a citizen of Jamaica, what are your expectations from both sides regarding, the upcoming elections?
Well, because you see where one man show you what him do, and the other man, you see one man just criticizing, and that's the problem we have. That's the problem we have, because if I see the work you do, I supposed to come out and tell you something when I come do better than you. Not going to criticize anything at all you done.
Okay. So for
And
you, then you need to see something, I guess, something tangible from the side that you believe is criticizing. You need to see what they're going to do, the plans to achieve what they're going to do.
yeah, and then each time they talk, they shutting themselves on them foot, because when you're going to tell people, if one man don't charge you no tax for 9 years, and the other man tell you say, oh, we are going to have to deal with food, and we have to put a little tax on it, and the people them, and me tell you, most people no listen when person talk, then clap, yeah, and when other person, intelligent person, catch up on you and talk now, you try to change, to switch your mouth, say no. So these things, remember Damon Crawford said, more put a tax on, put a little tax on education, you know.
When did he say
Based
that?
on campus, say more tax the food, say more tax the food. He say for every children, some tax I don't, some tax when say more put on every children, and when the person put it refuse, that's why I listen to refuse things so long we can refuse, listen cleanly and question these man that they only report and put and give them tough question, you know. This person, anything them say, them not gonna ask, you not gonna question you. Just like the man go them come up and say married in Jamaica, and then the next person come up and show you the marriage certificate where he married in Florida, in first child born in Florida. So these 5 days after I married, he having first children, and he said married in Jamaica. So these type of lie, but the man you know say they can come and tell you a lie, and you stop it.
Well, the electorate has gotten more mature for sure, so I don't think those things are going to. If people are lying, then those things will come to the fore for sure, because the people
And because you
now,
have social media now,
yes,
but
and people are more
how many people
informed.
listen? Let me tell you something, where you have to realize, where you don't understand, You see, you have some person, both Labourite and PMP, when they make up their mind and say, oh, them going to vote that way, I haven't got come and show them something, they must say, I know, so a different thing.
On both sides, I agree. Yeah, people are
On
like
both
that.
sides.
Mm-hmm.
So these type of ignorant people, them, anything at all, them said, all right, if Andrew, you see some of social media, them, even some of the bloggers, them, not calling them say,
Yeah, don't call any.
When Andrew then says something, everybody then jump out here, here. When Mark go and put stone pan, chain pan, big stone head, and come. If it was in England, America, Canada, in politics carried and dear, so to
Mm-hmm.
see a white man put up a chain on a black man, well, and someone put chain up a black man, and slavery not going on, that would end in politics career. I'm going to give you an example. Look at the Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau. He was going to school and painting himself in black in
That's
that time,
true.
and people then dig that up back and use it against him, say it was racism.
Yeah, that's true.
So if I remember, the man was just a school kid. They having the school prom, and he decided he dressing up like he's black, and then them draw that back against him from school days. So you can imagine if they do that now.
No, yeah, it couldn't. That couldn't happen. You wouldn't be so stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but if Donald Trump, he take a black man and say, boy, they have Democratic, they have him in a bandage, and he go out and do something like that, he politics career end there.
Well, some country are different kettle fishes then would I say,
No,
cause
but what I'm saying to
but
some
I
person
get,
do it
yeah,
can do something,
I get your point though. Yeah, for sure. I get the
and
point.
everybody figure out something. Look
Mm-hmm.
at it. If you look at the what they're saying, because I know very voices of in education, and you look at it, I say this to you. You have, they said, Andrew Holness the other day when the company said he invest 300 and something like 300,000. And if you check how much money what they say he make, and people are looking at the figure, well, in 20 years, if you look at it, he just making 1 million something. That means he lost. If you look at figures, really, and look at the figures, he
Well,
lost. It's not like he
I'm
gained that money.
yeah,
They, but
I'm
but the
not going
people
to
they
dig into what I'm not going to dig into that one in a soldier because you see when certain matters there before the court to leave it alone.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, but you all right, but you know why they were calling for the government to call the election, why they was calling him for him to call the election, it's just because you see when they come up and said, oh, 28 bank account, they know nothing longer like that. It is just politics. Just as Maxine Henry Wilson said the other day when they was talking to her on Clifford show.
Yeah, everybody,
And
both sides do it.
she says politics.
Yeah.
Yes, she says politics. So she said, is that just politics? So they were coming here and said, people, you see, like she said, the sensible people then look and know nothing but the majority of the person then say bad news sell more than good news.
It's just it, and you. That's why when you go into the political arena, you have to be prepared for it. You understand, and you have to be calculated too. And what I believe that some of the politicians, perhaps they haven't, they don't understand with social media. It's better for you to come out and share before mainstream media or somebody else start sharing. You come out and tell the people that XXX as opposed to people start perhaps speculating or sharing over they feel like they should share. So that part of it is important because as you mentioned, Soji, social media is there and it's very active and it is going and people are saying and some people, they say whatever they want to say. Some people, as they're for a particular political organization, they're a part of the movement. Both sides have that. and
Yeah.
and 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 so it it can complicate things as well as it can make things more transparent. And what I appreciate is that some of these political leaders, they will reach out or try to go, no, they're more engaging with social media, which is good. And even some of these shows on YouTube are, they're more engaged. But I feel like they need to be not just open to platforms that are aligned with their aka supporting their organizations, but just be open. And even how they run their social media pages, like some pages you go, you can't find anything, you can't get any access, and I mean that's where people are going to go first. So if you are not marketing yourself, so if you don't have a team, and that's what I'm saying, like each politician know, it's obvious that you're going to need a PR team because you can't do all the work and run your social media. You need somebody not just for a day or when elections are about to, be called, but you need somebody to keep that presence, there to ensure that, you're
Mm-hmm.
communicating with your people. People can get real direct responses because that is going to make a difference. The politician that who is able to be in touch with the people, who can connect with the people, whether over social media or face to face on the ground, that is definitely important. You can
Yeah,
imagine you
that's
live at
true.
one place and the first time you see your member of parliament or when election time I come.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Like,
so
that's
they have
true.
to change. And what you recognize Andrew Holness, all credit to him, he has changed the landscape where that is concerned. And so,
Mm-hmm.
because of that bar, people are catching up, and everybody, then even from his party too, some of them they are not yet there. But the landscape has
Yeah.
changed, and so they now have to, try to meet that expectation or exceed that expectation because a lot is expected of them now. So when you have certain people, unless it's really rural where you think like the electorate is more older in terms of people who are voting in your constituency, but when you come on to the young people, them they not play. They not play.
Mm-mm. No, young people not playing, but this all I want them not really look on social media, so them
Right.
don't know if it's 7 or 11. Are they go coming or going? But the younger set of person is social media, so them lead the way on that. Mm-hmm. Cause they born in technology world, so that's how it go.
So you have
But
to try and capitalize and then I had a caller even last night to the person calling and they bet that they are in the diaspora but them a buy their ticket go down once election call they going down to vote so those
well, me, but
things me
me
not have to
have my money
ask
right
you
now. Me have my
me,
money in my. But I tell me I come down. Me have my money in my pocket right now.
me not have to ask you me
No,
not ask you me
no, me
not have
tell
to
me.
ask
No,
you
everybody know me going, man. Every man knows me going. Me just wait for the can announce the date, and then we go down at least 3 4 days
me not have to
before
ask
because me make sure I call and me name the on the voters list. So me say all right. That's good.
And you can check it for yourself too. We just shared that a while ago. Where you can go and check it and you see
Okay.
your PD and everything. So yeah.
Everything, yeah.
So
So me see that me gonna everything is there. Me and my sister going.
okay. Yeah, I know say
Mm-hmm.
your ticket probably I'll buy already. Me surprised you're not down there this Sunday.
Fi this is Sunday. Me no down there. Me no want go down and stay so because me
Yeah,
just down the deal of the
yeah, that makes sense. That's true.
Mm,
That's true.
me down the deal.
Mm.
Me down the deal of the.
That makes sense. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's that kind of thing, man. And so people just have to step up their game. But and all me
That's
want,
seven. Well, me know about 70 away from where. Or go down one time 70.
mm,
Maybe more, but me can't talk about no, me sure about 70. You understand?
okay,
Mm. So this is the thing them that's going on, and we definitely have to come and see that's definitely because the country no, me not really want to set back, Mm-mm. Because every time these people come, the country go 3 step backward. You know. For the past, you when the country go forward. See, you see, 89, when it's from 89 to 2007, the country go right backward. You see, you see, Bruce Golden and Ardisha take the country, start the country. And you see, Portia Simpson and Peter Phillips, them continue upon the same chain. You see, Andrew Wallace come and continue upon chain. But it difference where Andrew have vision, see things, you see things where no say come maybe not away now, but come 10, 11 years time. All those things now you know if you think about it because in input 3 step ahead of what's going on now.
you know,
Because when you look at it, you can imagine I never know there's so much place in a Jamaica now have water.
yep,
As me the Prime Minister said the other day, a person said, boy, we want some water now. And you say, I know I'm the one responsible for the water. How long since you have this problem? Why? You want to me have 57 from me never have water yet. So you see what matter about. She a 57-year-old and no water and running at the community from them time there. But you want it now from this man. You attempt to you want it now. No. But you never tell the rest of people, them leaders, them before him say you want the water now.
Well, I'm not gonna look on it like that, you know. Because if you know you have the responsibility and you can do it, to do it now. Because it could be a case where the lady was
No,
saying to the
what it
leader,
no,
it
but
could be
what
a
he said, the
case,
leader said,
yeah, but it
listen, the
could be a
leader
case
said
where the lady
to
was
us,
saying to the
uh,
farmer leader, I want it now, but nobody responded. It could be that, you know.
but you keep on. No, but you keep on voting for that same person
You
all
don't
the
know.
way, same
You
way.
don't know if I she. Probably I know
No, me not
she.
talk she, but the community, the people them in the community vote for that set of people same way.
But you have to remember that, you know, the politics is coming out of way they call it now, you know, the diet thing. And yeah, some people, no matter just one color, no matter what happen. And that is why I say that you don't play with the young people now. The young people in a business. If you want JLP or PNP, if them feel like say you not do what you need to do, them are gonna just vote. I think they are the ones who will swing elections to the left and swing them to the right. Yeah. Because especially when you
Mm-hmm.
grow up under a leader, you know, for you know yourself, you see the particular color here. When you reach and say, but hold
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
on,
yeah, yeah.
what this a color you do for me? No, sir. And you put a vote there, sir. And if you see that man you come and not work, and the young people never go swing the election because the older
No, but
people are usually set.
sometimes the young people them, sometimes the young people them can make a mistake, yeah, the mistake
Yes,
what them can
man.
make now. Listen, what I say now. You born to see your parents, then maybe vote for one way, and when you look, you say no, something not seen, and then when you come and you want vote one way, you say, Mighty God, what me really do? It better me make it stay like how it is, you know, because sometimes, you know. Is that I know is that like that like you go a place go pick up one pumpkin and say why you know and this a pumpkin and put it down and say this one no want and them thing there. No, you cannot. You have to look and if you come and you see the country run because look into it as me said to you say art is free now. When we in our time remember you have to pay for the art you know.
Mm-hmm.
And up to the madman can go hard now. When I know, like one time when the man tell you say you can't read and write, you can't read and write, you can't come hard. No, they might give everybody a chance. And the man will not know nothing to go learn a skill. Teach him. You can go out and get up to associate degree now, you know.
Yeah, free. Mm-hmm.
Free of cost. Free of cost. So these type of thing, young youth have to look into and them parents will tell them say, back in for them time and couldn't get a degree them way there.
But and this is
Because
the
they never have
next
no money.
and this is the next part of it, Soji. People want different things. So, for example, you might have a family, right, where educationally them can go through and art not really appeal to them. That not mean nothing to them. It might be the road, the water, or the hospital, or the infrastructure in the community. So that's how they're going to vote. They're not necessarily looking at the big picture. They're just looking at what is important to them. So it could be like a JPS bill. It could be, you understand? So for some people, yes, them appreciate archers because they say, oh, me can make something, you know, me can go fish for myself, me can go get some certification, it can help me to go abroad, you know, they start see the opportunities. But some people were not need no certification, they're more interested in what kind of tax break them I go get. Are they more interested in a like a road or the infrastructure, you know, how them can do business, transportation? So that is the thing. When you think about policies and even politics in general, it's not just one thing. Because you have to think about the fact that not everybody is going to need that one thing that you think is all oh so good. Because if me have my education and me sick. Me want know so me got hospital doctor got there if you take care of me. So that me that's my vote I go go. So sometimes it's not that they don't see that some good things are happening, but people priority different, you know? So that sometimes why, and as I say with the young people, you can expect the swing vote. They will swing the election to the left or the right. You have some people who tell us, say, why me come see so and so, so me nah go back there so. And yeah, some people will tell us, say, well, this how me know, because so and so when we give them a chance, they never, you understand? So it's just a priority. People just have different priorities and what they want from the government. And the government can't do everything for everybody all at the same time. So that's why you get a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and yeah. So it's yeah, it hard for the leaders them to for really come up with a plan that is going to win over the country and the people of the country. Now, not easy something. It's not an easy feat, people. But that is their job to figure it out and to figure out policies that will work. And what when you go and look at the things that people are saying that they need, what the things should you prioritize so that you can win the election or you can get another term in office, because people have different priority. You soldier will
Yeah,
look
yeah,
on the
yeah.
bigger picture and say, overall, this person I do better because this, no tax for 9 year, the road them better, more people have water or whatever. But when you go on the constituency level in the context of how they vote for MP, and you looking at here and you see your little health center lockdown, yeah, I gotta just kiss your teeth and say, look how much years this and me have to take taxi go where or wherever if you go see one doctor and this place I brought down and me could have see one doctor here. So those are the things. So people, communities, constituencies, they are different priorities.
Very important point where you make, because your man said that the other day, said you need more hospital in a rural area then, because people have to drive so far to go to hospital. So when they come, because a person takes sick, they have to drive so far. So what I was when I said to that person, say no. When you say you need more hospital and you need this, well, I said to them, say, listen, man, yes, you need more hospital, but why you never talk to no MP in a those areas, say no hospitals then come and build. They'll center them, they are proper health center, but when they must say, what about if person sick that night and fit travel go woman, travel go so far if you go hospital or whatsoever? Me say yes, but that down to your representative. What we do for you, because you can't be my prime minister. That's why in can they everywhere. No? The minister can't live with that. That's why they have people to represent you, and you have councillor. So you have them fit for that. Too. You say something about JPS, but when person look at the raw deal, but the man did remember saying no. That's why I tell you, say at 19 in the 1990s, Jamaica mashed down, Jamaica mashed down, Mr. Pattis sell out the whole of Jamaica, Remember, the man who then sell JPS to, first, The man sell back JPS and whole a place in Texas now, The amount of money they make off of JPS. That's why Daryl Vaz come out and decide renew back the contract, because the man they have a contract, So you can't just don't with him like that, because they can sue you. But he decide if they don't come good, because you can't charge people current where them not use and them sort of thing there. People that are the house and I get this big bill and nobody not did it for you. So those type of things, and him see it. So him as a rural area MP, so him come up, and that's why you see he could forgive certain minister posts to someone who run in a rural area, because they give some man in a corporate area and they don't understand something for see how it go. That's why me tell you, say, when Mike Henry get Minister of Transport, he do a great job. Very great job. Because one, him a rural area man, so him understand. That's why you see Daryl Vaz come and say, him a build place and name it half of Mike Henry, because him started chain. So these things, when they give man them a Kingston, certain position and they in some here, them don't know what going on in that country here.
And that is true
Them don't know say
because you have to
they
have the
don't know say
lived experience because you can make a policy for people you don't know about. And
yeah,
I
a man
really
tell
appreciate
you
that
a rich
because
listen, a rich man, all right, a YouTuber in Beverly Hills now. Come and I tell a man as you see I look at you to wear barefoot and hungry for the shit. You don't understand all that because what you do, because you don't know that type of life. So the man in a rural area now, him sick, him see all people have to walk, he take bus, all people have to do this. The man will go to town, you know. Him not used to that because him come out the road and stretch out there and take bus. So these type of things, that's why I say it good to give the people them we understand things and know where all people. That's why I see some minister perform so good. Because right, when remember you know, JPS is owned by government. No, they used to do it, that's no power no go away. JPS owned by government, telephone company owned by government. And when they do they come and sell out all right, everything they sell out. Here
so
Jamaica,
so all
everything
right.
will come.
So my little and I don't know if this goes for that time that you're talking about. But my little understanding of when you borrow money, like from those multinational corporations like IMF, they tend to
Mm,
impose certain conditionalities on countries. Like they will tell you that you have to divest, so you
mm,
deregulate the market. So the divesting, like you sell out certain things that you own, and what I gather from all of this, just my little knowledge, is that I always call them like the D's. So you get the divestment, the deregulation, you owe money so that a debt, and then your dollar is devalued, and then that ultimately to me, and this is just my little thing, guys, leads to the death of the economy because everything is just like that. So my question to you now, and people in the chat, please chime in. What do you believe? How important was Nigel in the context of this whole administration? What role do you believe Nigel Clark played in the context of the administration and what they are sharing based on their achievements economically?
first thing, what we have to understand. We have to understand. You make a very important point. I'm going to go back from when I tell you. In the 70s, the People's National Party changed about 6 minister of finance in that 8 year. In the 1980, Siaga take up the mantle and hold the US dollar at it take $3.50 to buy $1. $3.50 Jamaican to buy $1
What you not say
and
to me?
$5 to buy a pound. Listen, and he owned that 5.5 years. He owned the dollar at that. 1989, when Mr. Manley win, he never have nobody to trust. He only trust one man in the House of Parliament. We're going to land severing Seymour Mullins and he give Minister of Finance. Poor man, never understand not those figures. And the dollar start to run like a train. Because when you borrow the money, the dollar just start run like a train. Come back down to the same Ardisha, come back to you have to come back to down the store again. We come, the debt gone through the roof, everything because you said they borrow the money and when they pay back they sell out. To come back now, you have to come and hold that because if you get money in the kitty when you come and you could hold it when you not you could do some things and them things. So what Nigel when Adisha can understand something and then get job in Nigeria, that was the best move the government make because You have a man very educated, brilliant, and know how to stabilize that and know how to divest and do things differently. So they come and in the first term they continue everything, then they come. If you see oh Jamaica go through COVID and rebound from COVID so quick, I don't think no administration the administration could do something like that. The team where man have run him. And because big when Jamaica kind of get over, not even not big America, England in a sense when I struggle, although a bigger country them. But that's when they come and look and see a German. That's why I know say the Jamaica will not soon lose Nigeria, you know. When the German person, German chancellor say, he don't know how Jamaica do it. And I tell their country then say, look to Jamaica, how them pay them debt during the time of COVID. And not borrow 1 cent to do what them do. You know, when they come, then say, look, man tell them, look, he find the big United States and say, look to Jamaica and see what they do. Oh, then do it. So that's why I would be saying lose Nigel to him. If you not surprise me.
So Soji, my thing is though, you think Nigel should have stay?
Well, listen, he could stay, but remember, I know, all right. You getting something like Nigel Congi a big raise, and when you come, you're getting triple time the money where they might give you in a US. For instance, they might make, I also say something. In Jamaica, say might make 20 million, it might make 10 million Jamaican dollar fee here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna offer you 150 million fee here. Where you gonna do? Stay somewhere and see.
Yes, that's a
and when you come
no-brainer.
in, huh?
Yes, that's a no-brainer.
Right. So
Well, that's
he
the that's
never
the
have
that's
no
the
choice.
that's the brain drain the opposition is talking about. The opposition is talking about the brain drain, man.
Mm.
But yeah,
So
some good points,
this
Soji.
yeah, so this Royal Pantan, Nigel Clark come up, that's Jamaica, you work with the man done. Jamaica for 9 years, Jamaica no pay. And no new tax, no, that's even Colonel Charles Senior, I wonder how the government run the country without no new tax. Them all right, them said they want to build a road from a road to St. Thomas where they want to build. They want to build a toll road to St. Thomas. So I just said, no, man, you can't build toll road for people drive because they may have. And in this, I said, no, borrow no money and he get the road fixed. He fix the other place from out of Mapen bypass to Manchester without borrow a penny from the Chinese. That's why until today they don't charge no toll for out there. So yeah.
What
Because
for
he
me?
can't do it because not like him have money for pay back.
Oh, for the Mapen, you sure? They don't
What?
start
If me sure what?
if they with the toll.
No, from you come up and pay the money up on me, if it's a straight drive to Mandiver.
Up a mineral, but I heard that it's not yet complete.
You go, when me say no not complete and I me drive pan me down there.
As in everything up, up, up.
Everything up. You not put up nothing, you not put up when not put up, it's not about now where more put the toll.
Okay,
If you collect a
cause
toll.
okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah. And the road is there, finished straight through.
Yeah, that
You
me
don't go
know.
through porous, you don't let them a place there.
That me know. But through a old
And,
road we drive pan.
hmm?
Through a old road we drive
No,
pan. Yeah.
Japan,
Okay.
yeah, it finished, yeah, we understand. It finished totally. You know, if you pay 1 cent, if you come on, if you left me pen and you come on, pan it, you don't pay nothing to come on, liver. So most people do not then drive, come down pan from kind of and just cut join the highway, join the toll when they come to if they don't have no money to pay. when you come me appendix and just it go down to mandible and cut out pores and those place, toll gate and them place there.
Gotcha.
So and those business places, only one thing, those business places all get a beaten because the bypass, when bypass cut, the other place, those places gonna get beaten. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the next thing is, well, what we have to look at. Did you know, say the biggest robbery what went on
So
is
Jay.
when I was building the toll from Maypen. No, it's road we're talking, just say road we're talking about. You see when the road come on out to ferry, it was supposed to carry on, but the money did get wrapped up. So what they done, they build toll from our 3 mile there to go over Portmore. How can you build a toll road where people live, where they might travel from back of the yard to them every time? No toll shouldn't be there. That was the biggest robbery. Can you imagine you working in Kingston and you coming from Portmore and you have to pay toll both ways when the road was free?
Yeah, but the alternate route would be where? To go back down to Spanish Town?
No, the alternative road from you go back out to Mandela Highway or Camanas Park, and yeah,
Okay.
that's the way, because it was two-way, because you could drive Causeway when going over.
Yeah.
A person going to this drive Causeway, and because the money, that's why I say Jamaican people really we're
All
really
right.
foolish.
All right. So to leave the people them alone. They're going to vote. Yeah.
Yeah, but not talk about that's the thing, but nobody talk about, and I think. What I rate with the PMP government, if a Labour Party government make a mistake on the something like that, them see
So we
when
just
just want the trick was one you try to grow by the head by hen I year when they like they at least 120 grand people.
we just take a little time and do it thing and while we're
Yeah, man, because the problem is, because you when athletics gone, no, you continue, people will know you more because you gone off the radar for a while. You have to continue with it, man.
cause life
All
a
the
happen,
time.
life a happen. So sometimes we try if we split the work and do what we can.
Yeah, man, understand.
Mm. But
Understand.
yeah, but the people who are here are people who really, really like this space, and
Yeah,
them
man, I like this
understand.
space. That's why I'm here.
And they understand, say, boy, even if you want PMP, it no matter which P you want be calling and talk. Like,
Yeah, man, PJ, double or anything at all. Any matter what P or B is good. You listen to everybody because everybody's voice should be
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah, that's it. So bless up yourself, Soji.
And bless up yourself, man. Bless up yourself and take it easy. Yeah.
All
I
right.
hope somebody's calling. We can go and listen to them.
All right. Big up yourself. Enough love.
Man, much love.
All right, Soji.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm not seeing any new comments in the chat. The chat is just so quiet. All right. I don't know. People just looking at the chat. But what I'm going to do before we wrap up. So if you're just tuning in, I am just going to go back to the very first slide here in the context of how you can check, if you're on the voters list. All right. So you should be seeing that slide now on screen. All right. So in that context, you can, check to see if you're on the voters list. So again, here you will see, so if you go to ecj.com.jm, all right, so once you enter that in your phone browser or on your computer, this page will come up. You see the arrow there pointing to check my status? That is where you will click or you touch or tap if you're using, like your phone, for example. Then after you select check my status, this page will come up. All right, so here you would enter your first name, your last name, and your date of birth. Then you will click submit or you tap touch submit. And once you submit that information, so your name, your first name, your last name, and your date of birth, if you're on the voters list, you will get some information. So it will come back up with your name, including your middle name if you have one or middle names. And it will tell you your PD, so your polling division. It will give you that information. So in that context, you would have the information that you need, and you do not have to go to anyone to say, hey, I want to know where to vote. All right, so again, you can do that check. So I'm just going to quickly check mine here and just tell you exactly what, not on screen, because we can't do that with the guidelines. And then I will tell you exactly what you will see for now. So I'm just quickly doing mine here, and then I will tell you just specifically what will come up. So again, your name is going to come up. All right, so your full name, your date of birth, so your occupation, so whatever occupation you told them on your when they collected the information regarding your identification card. It will also have the constituency. So the constituency in which you are registered to vote, that information will come up. It will tell you the electoral division. So it will tell you which division you're in. So let's say if you're in the Mapen division, mineralized division, whatever the division is, and it will go specifically to tell you your PD, and it will tell you the number if it's PD 41, PD 21. It will also give you the polling station. So once the election is called, so now you're not going to see the polling station or the voting address or voting location, because the elections are not yet called, but that information will be there, so you will know if you're voting at X primary school, wherever, and they'll have that information and address for you, including, where to go. So once you have that, you know exactly where to go. And if you don't want to ask anybody, you just want to go election and you don't want to associate yourself with a particular color, you just want to go and vote, and nobody needs to know who you vote for, because that's your democratic right. You can go and vote in peace and live in peace without anybody knowing that you require any information. So that is definitely good and something that I want to share with you, and I hope you find it useful. All right, and that would be good. Annette, welcome. What polling are you referring to? So let us know. But yeah, for sure, that's how you would locate that information. So again, you go to ecj.com.jm, and I'm just going to type it in the chat there. All right, so that's where you'll go to. And then once you go there, you'll enter. All right, you just click on check my status. So if you're looking on the screen now, you see where that red arrow is pointing at the bottom there. You click on check my status, and once you click on check my status, this page is going to come up on screen, and you need to enter your first name, your last name, and your date of birth. All right, so the date of birth is in the format day, month, year. So let's say you were born on the 5th of September, so it will be 0509, and then you put the full year. And after that, you click on submit. Annette, I guess your screen, you need to pull that thing down on your screen. So perhaps that's the issue. Perhaps your screen is just behind, or you need to press the play. I'm not too sure what's happening with your screen. So guys, let me know what you're seeing on my screen, what you're seeing on your screen in the chat. If you're seeing the ECJ information, the query the voters list. Chat is pretty quiet. All right, so just waiting for some confirmation, but that's where you'll go. And again, once you enter this information, for now, you should see your full name. All right, so after you submitted the information requested, so after you've submitted your first name, your last name, and your date of birth, you should see your full name populated. All right, your date of birth, your occupation, the constituency in which you are residing, your electoral division. So usually like the community, I suppose. So let's say you're in, and guys, may I country somebody? Let's say, all right, let me go to another country. I don't know. Let's go to another country. Let's say you're in central Manchester. It could be that your electoral division might be Belfield. I don't know, something like that. So, and then they'll give you like your polling division, then your polling station, voting address, and voting location will be updated as soon as I believe the elections are called. So they'll let you know which school or where you should go to vote. All right, thanks KJ for letting me know. All right, fantastic. So that's that. The last piece of information that I want to share with you, and I'm so sorry I just did not get to have that information to share with you on screen, but it's regarding the election. So, well, not the election, but the EOJ constituency offices. So, just by way of information, so just to let you know that all EOJ constituency offices are now open on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for voter ID card collection. So if you have not yet collected your voter ID card and you have already registered, or the new card, whatever the case may be, you can stop by the EOJ constituency office to collect your new voter ID card. And please note too that the offices now are open on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All right, so you can go there. If during the week does not work for you, you can definitely go on the Saturday if you're available and can make it. So let me just check in the chat because we're going to close this one out. That's it for the updates for this evening. Thanks to Soji for calling and sharing as usual. So big up yourself. And for you guys there in the chat, thank you so much for sharing, asking questions, or letting me know if things are working on your end. Thank you so much. If you're a silent viewer, listener, subscriber, supporter, thank you so much for sticking and staying with us. Sometimes we have to go very informative. It's not just talking Ray and Tay. And as you know, if you're really a Voices in Education community member, you know that, we want to ensure that you have the information. And sometimes the information not gonna be too spicy as you might like it. Sometimes we have to take a little barbecue, not always hot and spicy, or some original to the thing, right? So we will be here. So depending on what's happening tomorrow, we'll be back here. But for sure, we're going to try to save up some energy for Sunday. But we'll try to keep you posted. Even if we come tomorrow evening, it's going to be a quick one because we want to have the stamina for Sunday. We want to be here, so we're going to figure out a way where we can stream aspects of the meeting, the JLP meeting, as well as have some commentating kind of thing going on. But guys, we are in a little predicament where our main device is concerned, so that is kind of a setback somehow. But we'll try to figure it out and try to make it work as best as possible. So, even if we're going to hear something, we'll hear something, but we'll love to see if we can have it on screen. But we'll figure it out. But if not, we'll be here to bring you some updates for sure. All right, so on that note, I'm going to go to some music. If you're still here, you can share in the chat where you're tuned in from. That would be fantastic. Or the constituency that you're aligned with. So that's our roll call. We're going to end with our roll call. Please do not leave without hitting the like button, the share button, and the subscription button. And it's also important for you to turn on that post notification. So tap the bell and select all so that you do not miss any updates from this channel, especially our election predictions that are coming very soon. Thank you so much, guys. Blessings and love to you all. And I am going to go to some music and then we're going to sign out of this one. All right. Remember to treat each person with kindness, with love. All right. Bye for now, guys. We'll see you in the next one. So we're signing out with some music.